Welcome to Bro Taste This.
You know,
Chillax.
I hate a podcast intro that's like, no disrespect to the guys you just did a podcast with. No disrespect.
We're gonna start off this
I
way.
just hate podcast intros that are like, "What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel." Like an 8-year-old who's opening toys.
Like Ray William Johnson.
Yeah, I just it's
So it
so.
sets you apart, you know?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get
Brings the
it.
people in.
Right.
Well, you gotta hype the people up
Bring
too.
in the energy. I get it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I also like.
There's like obviously different personalities that feel comfortable with different things, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's a Pat McAfee's of the world, like who are always like hyped up at like 11 and who are
Right.
always gonna be like that versus there are people who are not.
Yeah.
Like I feel like obviously there's probably like two of us that are not and like one of us in this group that is more like that. So-
I'd say so,
He's
yeah.
staring down my fucking camera so hard. It's alright, man.
I'm just saying, I like to hype the people up. I like to feel
All right, man.
the
Yeah.
warmth.
Do it then.
It's
Yeah.
provocative, you know.
Alright, do it.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. No, we gotta start from that. No, I'm just kidding, folks. It's me, it's your host, Phil Golden Corral, with his co-host, live in person, the big tech daddy himself, Luis Pablo.
Phil. Never fail to
Never
give a proper introduction.
Oh, hell yeah. Especially for you. Gotta warm yourself up.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And for those listening, yes, you are correct. That voice, that soothing voice, it is the intellectual himself. 13 TMI in the house. Woo! Hell yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm the hopeless romantic now. I'm not the.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, hopeless romantic?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that. You think with your brain and with your heart.
He thinks with both
With
heads.
both heads.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
I thought he was in the case.
For a second there, I was like,
Yeah, damn. And you know that cackle. It's the one and only Juan Legend.
Juan and truly.
how we doing, boys? How
Hey,
was
hey.
our week?
Perfect.
Yeah, my week was really good actually. Thank you.
Episode 90. What better way to come together? Good week. Your heart rate, what is it? 90?
Dude, good question. Probably really high.
Yeah, down here.
86.
86? That's close to 90.
It's actually, less than it usually is when I'm panicking right before we start.
That's true. That's good. That's
Do you
good.
still get right before you go into the studio as you're drinking?
Like it what?
Do you still get like, all right, fuck, like let's get into this before you start a song?
Butterflies or
In the
chills.
studio, I used to get nervous. I don't really get nervous anymore.
Just
Like,
kind of feels
Mm-hmm.
like.
Yeah. I just kind of make it a routine. So I buy like the same type of food right before. I have like the same. I work out in the morning. Like I have a
I had a
regimen.
feeling. It's so kind
Hell
of like
yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
You know, like you kind of have your superstitions. Like you're gonna like eat like your lucky sandwich right before the game, like a PB&J or some shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
especially for like shows, I always get nervous. But like once I hit the stage, it's fine.
Something different.
Yeah.
Do you do the same thing for when you do live shows then too? You order the same drink, the same food, like try to keep a routine leading up to the hours of performance?
That one doesn't really have. I switch it up all the time. But
Okay.
for like big shows, I will take it like a boxing match. So I won't drink, I won't smoke for like a month before, and I'll like hit the gym hard, like just so that when I'm
Really?
on stage, I'm 100%. Yeah.
That
Dude,
makes
that's
sense,
amazing.
actually, dude. Have you seen like how hard like artists train to do tours and shit? Like they like apparently like all these rock bands have like 60-year-olds that are always working out because they're doing all these fucking
I thought it was
tours.
the heroin that kept him in good shape.
That helps too. That
I thought
helps
it was
too.
the years of drug abuse.
That helps too. But you still got to be a badass to like, or a little bit of an athlete if you're gonna be like 60 jumping around and dancing. For
Yeah.
Everybody needs a
hours
physical
and hours
trainer.
and hours.
A little PT action.
Is there a reason you go with the month as opposed to maybe like a week or 2 weeks? That just seems like
Nah, a month. I don't know. I just like a month, but like I will say, I've done like I had a show in Mexico and I only really had a week. So I was trying to have fun, because I was trying to have fun with homies that I hadn't seen in a while. So
did you definitely feel like a difference in performance between your typical month lead up or just a week lead up?
I don't think right now, just because I'm young, it doesn't really affect me as much.
Yeah.
But maybe in the future.
Did you feel a difference in like performing for fans over there versus over here?
Actually, that was probably one of my top shows I've ever done.
I kind of had a feeling that you were
Like
gonna say
nobody really knew me, but,
Wow.
but like the vibe was there. It was a packed house.
They usually dance
It was-
more,
it was
huh?
crazy. No, they're not. That little town actually hadn't really seen hip hop before, so
So you were kind of taking them by storm.
yeah.
Sweet.
Your roots wise from your parents or maybe you yourself, you're from Michoacan, Michoacan, right? Am I saying that
From
wrong?
Michigan, yeah, from Michigan.
Michigan, yeah. Michigan, go Wolves.
Nah, yeah, for Michoacán.
Michoacán?
Michoacán and Puebla. My mom's from Puebla.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How close is that to where you're performing? Was it like, did you feel like, the roots or something, like culture or anything like that speaking to you?
Actually, yeah, so the place where I performed was like an hour and a half from where I live. So it was super close.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. I kind of get that same feeling when I go to the buffets. I'm like, especially Chinese buffet, I'm like, I'm home. I haven't been here, but I know this place very familiar. So it's cool.
It was definitely Philly in a different way.
When Phil always do buffet, they all shake their heads like, God damn, he's here again.
Oh, no.
I literally had a question in mind. And I completely
The buffet definitely derailed that shit.
No, you know what I did? Did you open up your show by saying, I have a green card?
Hell
You
no.
get the ladies' attention?
No, they probably already. I mean, everybody said we were from Chicago, so everyone went crazy.
It's kind of
Oh, okay.
implied.
Yeah. Okay.
But then when I said I'm from Wisconsin, everybody was like like a little bit like.
By the
crickets.
way, sorry to interrupt. You probably have the second best use of Wisconsin in a song after T-Pain.
Well,
To
Yeah.
throw Wisconsin in a song title, I was like, that's brave.
yeah, I had to,
In the chorus and everything.
Yeah.
I fucked with it. I'm like, you know what? This feels really at home.
It represents Wisconsin pretty well, too. It's kind of like that moody vibe. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
so
winters
cold.
Bro,
in Wisconsin.
I fucked with it heavy. But yeah, no, you're here to promote your album that came out. Right now, it's been slightly over about a month now. And I don't want to mispronounce it like I did your name last time. NOYOLLO.
NOYOLLO.
YOLO.
NOYOLLO.
So the two L's are...
It's so it's an indigenous word actually. So NOYOLLO means mi corazón, my heart. And I wanted something different, you know. Yeah, something to stand out. And so now it's Nahuatl. Nahuatl is the language that the Aztecs used to speak. So that's why I chose NOYOLLO.
No, dude, I love the album. And the first time I heard it, I downloaded it, and then I work out in the morning, so like around 5 in the morning. And I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking listen to it all the way through, like probably once or twice. And as soon as I put it on, I'm like, why am I sad right now? Why am I sad?
It's definitely not a turned up song. I wouldn't put it to work out. Maybe.
well, it doesn't encompass that vibe, but there's a couple like pump up gems. These guys would know. Once I like a song, I should put it in repeat and repeat and repeat. And like Perfecta.
Okay.
Oh, like I like that bop too. I'm like, damn, this is it.
Low key, that's my least favorite on the album. But
Really?
that's the most favorite that a lot of people have been fucking with.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, oh, which one's your favorite? Oh, Perfecta.
That's actually a great way. That was actually one of my questions was if you pull up we have a director, producer today as well.
Super producer.
Yeah.
Good as a track
One of the
list.
questions I had for you was, what song on the album that stood out the most that you weren't expecting to? Was it Perfecta?
Yeah, I think it was definitely Perfecta. Like I said, it wasn't my favorite. Like I was iffy about even putting it on, but so far it's been the favorite aside from the first track. And Mikama has also been another favorite.
You know, it's a complete 13 track list, right? And like true to your name, 13 TMI. I was like, that's a nice touch. Is that something you're gonna like keep doing per se, or is that? This is a common like thing in the business.
I mean, the 13 is just for people to kind of be like all right, the 13th of each month, like keep a lookout for music, and then albums. Right now, at least I'm trying to do 13 tracks, and then the 13 just comes from my soccer jersey number, so it's kind of
hell yeah.
That's
A little homage.
To that.
Staying true to yourself.
Some people think it's like 13, like
MS-13.
Oh no.
Like nah, shit.
It's like funny enough,
I'd
I'm
be a
not
little-
allowed to play in certain neighborhoods.
They don't fuck with me.
That's a little aggressive. If that was your name.
MSI 13.
Yeah, MS-13.
MS-13.
I mean, you do. Damn. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can see how that could easily be mispronounced.
Yeah.
See, that's funny. You get people like that, and you got people like me, like, damn, this guy really like Jason. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, yeah.
He's a big
I mean,
horror
people
head.
can come up with their own meanings. Because I mean, it's not just one definition, but that's the
Yeah, especially the name TMI. Everybody, probably goes with the typical, like, too much information until you tell them, like,
Well, now it's too much information. It used to be like this guy. It used to be Truth Message and Intellect. Now it's like
God,
TMI, like
some of your songs, I was like, dude, I'm about to see this guy in an hour. I'm feeling the type of way right now. One of your songs, you were like really specific. You're like, your tongue in my mouth, and I was like, I think it was
Negroni in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, this is really graphic right now. And then listening to the podcast, you're like, yeah, my parents listen to every song. Like, they really support it. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn. You're like, Miko. Have some respect. These poor girls.
Nah, but actually, that song is actually not about a girl. I interpreted it that way, but it was actually about like my creativity. So during the winter, like I feel like my creativity just like dulls down. You're stuck inside, like you know, you get that season of depression. So like that's kind of the definition of like in Wisconsin. But I kind of portrayed it as like a girl, like I miss you. Like how come you only come out during the summer? You know, when things are good, but like when things are bad, like you leave.
Yeah.
Yo, that's beautiful.
Man,
That made it way deeper.
That shit kind of
he's talking about
you guys, I'm gonna
shit. You're talking.
come back in a minute.
Nah, but it's supposed to be like people aren't supposed to know that, but I mean, if they check out these podcasts, they gonna find out.
Oh yeah.
Where would you say you draw like artistic inspiration from?
Everything and anything, I would say. Like it could be something you said right now. It could be a girl that said hi to me, or a girl that I didn't even date. I just kind of like liked her on Instagram or something.
You guys sent each other a few messages.
Something like
she
that.
made a joke. You're gonna use it in a song.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. As far as like artistic inspirations, do you have anything that like you love to listen to that like sometimes maybe like you get inspired by or something? Whether that be like old, new. Like I know like a lot of people love like classic music and sample that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. Go on.
I mean, honestly, like I said, it's everything and anything. I go through periods. Sometimes it's bachata. Sometimes it's merengue. Sometimes, you know, it's whatever you hear on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's whatever, honestly.
What's trending?
What's trending, yeah. But sometimes I take it back and just, you know, when I started rapping, it was 90s music, 90s hip hop. And that's where I started.
So it kind of depends on like what your current project is, and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
almost like what you're gonna listen to. Fair. You gonna
Dude,
say something?
I was gonna say that's the nice thing about this album because like going down through it, there are some elements for like all over like that. How do you say winter in Wisconsin and Inviernos? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm the least speaking Spanish one here, folks.
Nah, teach the people. Yeah, some people don't speak Spanish. So.
Like the whole mood about that is like kind of like you said, like creativity, dark, moody, and then you have like Perfecta, which is kind of like that like jazzy type, and then my personal favorite, number 11. I don't know how to say that. Me quedé contigo or whatever.
Me vale lo que digan.
Yeah, there we go. And I got that like, dude, no matter what, you and me are gonna fuck your dad, fuck your mom. Like it's just like the pretty boy feel. Like, dude, I can go conquer the world. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but on this album,
But you're inspired.
oh no, I do.
Inspired.
That's the one nice thing because like most people find a type of genre and they stick to it, and like you know Drake and like all the pop artists, like eventually they release that one album, like it's not as good as the other album and all this stuff. It doesn't like live up to its previous predecessor. This I think gives it a whole different like door, if that makes sense. And you're mentioning that you eventually want to get down to the 13 different albums and stuff like that. The Weeknd famously went to Japan and like studied out there and like did a little like a year retreat and like took influences of that. Kanye West went to Hawaii and all this stuff. If there's an opportunity where you can go anywhere in the world to like get its like inspiration, its rhythm, its culture, and try to like put that on an album, where would that be?
That's a great question.
And why is it Wakanda?
And by the way, can we all take a second? He finally got there.
Yo, you got there, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, the trip was worth the destination on that one.
Exactly.
I like that one, bro.
It
Nice
started
job.
with him not being able to pronounce a word.
No, well, that leads me. The trip is more important than the destination.
Damn,
This
that's
album, like I wrote it during the pandemic, so I was mostly stuck in my room, like really around my house. So sometimes if I get tired of that place, my front porch, back porch, stuff like that. So honestly, I believe I'm a big believer. Like sometimes you're the most creative when you have the least. So I don't necessarily need to go somewhere like luxurious or somewhere like that. But I would maybe just go to Mexico, you know, somewhere that I haven't been in Mexico.
Hell yeah. Deep in like the Sierra.
All right.
Did I say that right?
To nail that down, can you pick one or two cities that would be like the top of that inspiration list for you?
Damn, okay. I mean, there's a lot. I would definitely like to go to Mexico City. It's been a while since I've been to Mexico City. So Mexico City, just the bustling, like the
can't go wrong.
And then somewhere probably more chill. I know somewhere in the Yucatan Peninsula, like something where
somewhere to like tap into those indigenous roots.
Yeah, indigenous roots. Yeah.
Discover your spirit animal. Go see the sacred toad.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You'll find out later.
Well, I mean,
something like that. Yeah,
hallucinogenics.
Yeah, there's like shamans out there that like in hotels that there's this specific toad that the sweat on it has DMT, and they scrape the sweat off, and I can't remember they smoke it or they lick it or some shit.
They smoke it.
Yeah,
you put it on like a tin foil. This is what I've heard, by the way.
Yeah,
you put it
of
on
course.
tin foil, and then you need like a straw to like. You usually need a partner to hold it, but be careful because they'll burn your thumb. Like
dude, we'll fucking bring this guy. Jesus, gave us a 101 perfectly.
Is that why your thumbs burn?
Yeah, don't. No, actually, speaking of travel, you've spent actually the last year, majority of the time, right, in LA now?
Yeah, so it's been about like 8 months. 8 months over there.
Do you feel like that had a big, especially since you wrote this during the pandemic, was it already pretty completed before you traveled, or do you feel like you kind of tweaked it a little bit and finished it up out there?
No, it's been completed for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So I've had it. I think LA just kind of pushed me to put it out.
Okay.
LA has been interesting. It just kind of made me believe further in what I'm doing. So I kind of was like, you know what? Despite me not necessarily having the biggest fan base, like I do have a fan base, and I'm gonna give them what I already have,
Yeah.
Not necessarily let them wait 5 more years for my first album. So that's why I gave this.
Yeah, because when you came on the show March of last year, at the time you were just releasing a single every month. So what do you think was a final straw? Was it finally being in LA and being like, bro, if fucking some TikToker is making videos on the street, anyone could do this?
No, I think
like you actually have.
I think
talent.
I should have probably gone the opposite way, because people don't really listen to albums nowadays. But I wanted to take a different route. The singles that was my way of learning how to market. Each single I tried different things. You guys remember the posters of my bloodied up face?
Yeah.
The music video started off with iPhone. And
you were always trying something new, like digital.
Yeah. So now with the new camera, like that music videos have up.
Yeah.
The Mi Todo. Just experimenting, and I think LA was like, you know what? I've experimented enough. Let me put it out, even if I don't know what I'm doing yet either. Because like I'm still gonna learn each time I'm gonna put out something.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's a lot of people out here that have lived in LA, like seen all these stars, like they live here, and they're still not necessarily as good as me. We're not necessarily as talented or as creative. It's like if they're doing these things, I can definitely do it.
And I think maybe on your point that you said earlier, that might come from the fact that you're like in a small town, in a pretty like small state in terms of like popularity and outcome. I feel like all that you have so much more hunger, whereas out there they're like, it'll come, it'll happen, like I just gotta wait for my moment. You're like, fuck that, I'm gonna come out here and get it. So I mean, I think that's fucking awesome to begin with. And then you actually have your merch here today. You're premiering. I don't know if we can bring it in front of you.
Love the design.
Yeah,
that's a dope design. Can you break it down for people?
At first I thought it was a Maruchan, like inspired. And I mean that in a big compliment.
Nah, so my logo is, Tlaloc, because my real name is Tlaloc. My hats have my logo as well. So Tlaloc is on here.
Like, here, Juan, you want to...
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You want me to explain?
No. While he explains.
I was gonna say,
yeah, so I got Tlaloc, and then he's holding the heart, Mi corazón. I'm giving my heart to the people, so that's kind of the whole thing about it. And obviously, I've always wanted to... People can't say my name, So it's like, this is how I'm gonna give it to the people by no shots fired. But yeah. So people can't say my name.
I feel
so
like
put
shots
it on
fired
my note.
directly at me. Listening to the episode in the last week, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, just
I
said put
kept
something
fucking it up.
It's
We
fine.
worked on it so much.
Yeah,
before the
we were
episode.
Then I got some Pinot Grigio in me, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I also made it way so if people wanna, like do a what's it called?
What, diet or anything?
Tie dye, like with red or something.
Oh,
like,
then,
put it
yeah.
on.
That'd be badass,
Yeah.
actually.
I think that's super innovative of you to be like, this is my piece of art, pass it on and give it to the next person, see what they come up with.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And speaking of passing it on, Juan, you passed us a cocktail. Do you want to break this down for us?
Fuck yeah, boys. All right.
Oh yes.
First off, what do you guys taste, or what do you guys think, or what do you guys like? What is your taste?
So let's let our guest describe it first. The one who drinks the least by far of all of us.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm just like a tequila guy, and that's it. Like I don't really. But I have an aftertaste of like coffee. I don't know. You said it's strong, but I don't know.
It doesn't feel too strong.
I usually drink strong things, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really.
That's good.
So it's
Perfect.
Good, honestly.
So it's like a perfectly balanced drink.
Build up a
I
palate
think it's
for it.
like refreshing,
Mhm.
Dope.
but I don't know if I like the coffee aftertaste.
Okay, fair,
Do you not like coffee?
Nah, I don't drink coffee, so
No.
no, not at all.
fair.
Do you drink any caffeine?
No.
God
I've
damn,
had that question a lot. They're like, "Oh, you drink coffee? No. Oh, you drink tea? No. Oh, you drink energy drink?
Yeah.
No." It's like, how do you have energy? It's like,
How do you live?
how do you live?
Yeah, everybody's on 5-hour energies or whatever.
Take a nap.
15-minute nap.
You ever heard of a siesta?
It'd be funny if you're like, I don't drink coffee. 30 milligram Adderall. You get that?
Definitely.
Extended release.
He's got a
Well,
munch
Black
on it.
Drink Boys, it's a class. Well, I don't want to say a classic. It is a classic. It's a Negroni, but it's a riff on that. We went with Jamaican rum instead of gin to work with the coffee because we wanted to do something with the coffee liqueur today. So it's essentially a Kingston Negroni with coffee instead of sweet vermouth.
Kingston, like in Kingston, Jamaica, or
Yeah,
what? What's it?
Kingston, Jamaica.
Okay.
That's what it's called that. Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of Negronis get their name based off the spirit and like the location of where it's from. Like, for example, like you can do a Mexican Negroni with tequila or mezcal or something like that. Irish Negroni, some shit like that. But yeah, this one in particular, I wanted to do with this particular rum because it has a really funny story. I got this rum from like a local mentally ill veteran who would visit me at work a lot. And
Wait, he made this?
no, he loved rum, right?
Oh.
And like he didn't know a lot about different rums except for like Myers, Captain, stuff like that. And then he would come around and I would show him like different things, and he fell in love with this bottle, and he purposely bought it with like the intention of someday giving it to me. So he gave it to me. All of this because like I would just listen to him on like a slow Tuesday night or something, you know. Like, what am I gonna do? Kick him out? Eventually he did get banned, but eventually he did get banned. He made some of the other employees uncomfortable. But this gentleman was super interesting, man. This guy showed up, gave me this bottle, and gave me the story of how he became a double amputee. And he showed me the Kodak film pictures to prove it, of like him in the accident and the hours after his legs were cut off. So yeah, like this is a dude who's incredible. Like he's just like ingrained in my memory, and I feel like we have to celebrate him as like a goodbye and an homage. So here you are, homie.
Cheers to the.
By the way, he totally drank from this bottle, so
Is that what that tastes
that's what that seasoning is.
First, it's bad enough you give us street rum, and then it's coming from the mouth of the dude.
God bless.
Nah, I was just fucking with you about the last part, but
Can I ask
this
how
guy-
you made the other employees feel uncomfortable?
he would make the girls feel uncomfortable. I don't have to.
Oh, typical
elaborate too
veteran.
much, do you think?
That's a good veteran right
Yeah,
there.
I don't think. Just he would see a young girl and he couldn't hold himself. You know, he was like a dog salivating.
He's like, I served for this country.
In fact,
How about you serve me?
this is kind of a bittersweet story because I hope it doesn't come off like I'm making fun of him, but it is kind of funny. He used to live where I worked, right? Like 15 years ago or something like that. He used to live there. So he has like a emotional attachment to that place.
Yeah.
And he would like sometimes go into the gardens and he would see statues of naked women because it's like in like a Roman, like old school like form. You know, it's classy. There's nothing like. That
All right, you're turning me around on this guy. He sounds pretty cool now.
And
turning me around.
And he was out there like he swore to God that like
They moved.
the statue like started talking to him like if it was his wife, and then like all he wanted to do was go up to it and rub its nipple. That's all he's like. That's all I could think about doing. And yeah, that's the kind of guy we were dealing with.
Damn, that's funny.
He lost his legs, by the way,
That's a dog.
by jumping off a lighthouse because he climbed on so that he could wave hi to his mom. But he's got some things going on. Like clearly, you don't do that without. You know.
Well, he was doing it all wrong. You shouldn't be touching the statue's nipples. You should have put the hand on the statue so that it touches your nipple.
Fair.
What are you gonna do with the statue's nipple? Might as well,
It's always hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He sounds like a really creative guy.
Sounds like a good
Funny
guy.
enough, he would always be walking around with like high-minded books and shit, like philosophy and all this shit.
What, Jordan Peterson or what?
No.
How to make your bed.
Like he would walk around with Gandhi,
10 more rules.
Norman
Part 2.
Norman Finkelstein. He would read about like Israel, Palestine, and
Jesus.
Gandhi. Yeah, he was walking around with this, and he would just like talk to you about it.
Well, that makes sense.
What'd you say?
He had them upside down.
But yeah, we got banned, so
yes.
pour one out for the homies.
Damn.
Pour one out to the guy that made other people uncomfortable. Hell
Poor
yeah.
guy. Poor guy.
To the veterans.
To the veterans.
To the veterans.
To the veterans. Woo! See?
Yeah, it was just Memorial Day. Damn. Shout out.
This has a Malort aftertaste.
I love Malort.
Is that just me?
No, a little
Maybe.
bit.
It's a good aftertaste.
Yeah, maybe.
You've never had Malort?
It's probably the Campari. Because the Campari is super medicinal and like bittersweet.
Yeah.
And like full of like 50 botanicals that you could find everything in Campari.
50 Shades of Botanicals? Hell yeah. What are you
Liquor
going to say?
back in the day in cocktails were like, this is going to fix you up. This is going to make you feel better. And like 20 years later, we're drinking it to get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's kind of ironic.
100 years ago, we needed to amputate ourselves. And now here we are, just sipping on it. Sipping on it.
Fucking delicious.
You know,
ahead.
hold on, I was going to ask
Go
a
ahead,
question
yeah.
for 13 TMI here. Speaking of delicious.
I'm just TMI. 13 TMI is like my handle.
Oh.
Just so people can find me cooking.
Okay. I just like the number alliteration rolls off
That's
my
why
tongue.
you can call me 13 TMI.
Hell yeah. Yeah, speaking of delicious, your clothing style. As a guy of style, as a guy that's all about, everything, camera ready, what's your inspiration? Because last year you had a whole, like Luis was saying, this, you came in here with a white jacket and all that stuff. It was so nice. It was like if Prince wore that, but instead of red, it was white, if that makes sense. Had that nice, clean look to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Hell, no,
Like
definitely.
This is one of my biggest inspirations. Honestly, I still keep changing. I still keep taking inspirations from different places. I feel like right now I'm in baggier phase, like my baggier clothes.
Okay.
But
Ollie, take notes for me, please. Baggy clothes.
Baggy clothes. I don't spend too much money. Again, I'm still thrifting. That's what I do.
Thrifting.
Do clothes fit baggy on you at all?
I gotta look for it. You gotta look around for that.
Why would you ask that? You're an asshole. You know the answer.
I can see you in a
You're
suit
fucking
with
asshole.
I don't know, a fedora or something.
Dude, speaking of, look at this.
Exactly. Yeah.
He looks good, dude.
He looks good in a suit.
Oh, yeah.
The hair on the chest.
I'm glad we didn't do the cow tie that day.
You did?
No, no. That's the wedding.
You can do,
The night before I did the cow
you
tie.
can do a design with the hair, just trim it up.
Bro, taste
Dude, that'd
this.
be a great
Dude, do a
homage.
big P, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This photo.
Yeah, I have to shave that very soon.
Why?
I'm playing Maui for a little girl's birthday.
You are doing
I'm
it?
doing that.
Why?
Oh, because
You
You're not gonna lift a little, do some push-ups?
does Maui look?
$25 that bad.
Bro, look at this.
Dude, they're not as jumpy as they used to be.
That's the Negroni, brother.
Dude, they used to wink at you.
Bro, I used to do that with my back too. Damn. But yeah, no, I gotta let that go very soon. We might even do that for the cameras. Little nair, little bro on bro action? Do you guys put my front and my back?
I've always wanted to play wine or wax.
What's wine or wax?
We take 4 glasses of wine, and we blind taste each one. Tell me what you think about this. We blind taste each one, and if we guess correctly, we don't get a wax strip on our body. But if we guess incorrectly, we do get a wax strip on our body. And the other person chooses where it goes.
Well, where it goes?
Yeah.
I
think
mean,
that'd be kind of fun.
I like that. I don't know if y'all got hair.
You thought, you're a big marketing expert, having to promote yourself out there. Do you think that'll do well on socials?
I think so. I mean, people like random.
People would gravitate
random
to
shit,
that.
you know?
People like to see.
I wouldn't call myself an expert.
I would call you an expert because you've talked about it before, where you're your own producer, writer, director, like you handle your own socials. Do you feel like at a certain point, like you're gonna have to start hiring people for like TMI Incorporated?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm at that point right now. Like I've tried to build teams and stuff like that. It just hasn't really worked out. It's just finding people that are motivated in their own avenue. They're either like too motivated, so they're already way ahead. They're like, I don't really want to work with you. You're still starting off, or they're not motivated enough. I have to kind of push them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Every week.
No, yeah, because I feel like at a certain point you must get to be like, fuck, like I want to write music, but I have to create like 3 reels, or start creating, like I gotta try to think about a next music video. Like you probably get to a point where you're like, fuck, this is a lot of work for just one person.
Yeah, because I mean sometimes you gotta live life too to be creative. So
Yeah.
I was finding that balance of like trying to be healthy, just still having those relationships with people, like making the music, then creating the content, and then the videos and editing the videos and all that. So definitely it's a lot.
Have you personally noticed this with your platform, that in order to be successful long form, like let's say you want people to listen to the whole album, you do need to hit them with the short form in order to kind of, not necessarily clickbait, but for lack of a better term, like clickbait them in with like a reel, or like what you were doing with like the bloodied up face and the makeup. Like you kind of still need to do that sort of stuff in order to bring them in.
Not yet. I would say you need to post like 3 times a day. Like the more the better. So yeah, with smaller forms of content, and then that leads into the bigger piece. The music video. From the music video, you cut up different stuff from that.
Damn. 3 times a day.
I would say, yeah, minimum. Yeah, I don't do it. I've had times like on TikTok when I was posting 3 times a day.
Yeah.
That's when my TikTok grew like super quick, and I became local. Like people would randomly would be like, "Hey, yo, let me buy you a shot. You're that guy from TikTok." Or, you're that guy. Yeah, just randomly. It's like, "Oh, let me take a picture." Or I'd get messages be like, "Hey, yo, I saw you at the library this one day." I was like, bro, why didn't you say hi? That's weird as hell.
That's way more weird. Yeah.
I saw you taking a shit the other day.
Were you reading Jordan Peterson?
Right.
That is fucking weird. Do you feel now that you've obviously like grown, and now that you're back in Wisconsin for just a bit, right? You're only here
just
for
a bit.
Yeah. Do you feel like people are treating you differently, or maybe you feel different coming back?
I don't feel different. If people are treating me different, I don't really notice, because I'm gonna act the same, regardless if you treat me like this or that. I do pay attention to people that didn't necessarily fuck with me before, but I don't think that's necessarily, I don't know, like
It's
people
out of malice.
Yeah, I don't think that's automatic. Like people don't fuck with you until like other people fuck with you. Or sometimes maybe you weren't as good,
with you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Or maybe I just wasn't good enough,
I feel like sometimes like the talent you have like gives people an in to like reach out to you though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, what do you mean?
Like you being like a public figure gives people the confidence to just like reach out to you again and be like, yo, dude, like rather than like, I don't know, like some dude who just has a more normal job.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you seem more public and out there, accessible, even though it's probably the complete opposite. You probably have less time than ever.
I honestly don't think as many people hit me up as you would think.
No?
I mean, I feel like I hit up people first. I'm still at that stage, like, cause anything I do, like, I message all the people on my IG.
You're
like
your own
2,000
promoter.
people. Yeah, and I have a lot of people that don't message back. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one day they're gonna be like, oh shit, I should have messaged back.
Yeah, I messaged you back a little too quickly. I didn't even think about the date that we had organized. We were supposed to do this a week ago.
Yeah.
On the day of my fiance's birthday. And then I was like, yep, we'll have you on the show. Perfect, 25th, perfect, works with me. And then I was like,
Yeah, I was like, how are you gonna miss that?
I was like, of all the days.
Oh my god, we did book it like in advance, like
It was like 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yep, like, let me lock it in the calendar. Like, let me get this in.
Oh yeah.
Told these guys right away. And Phil was like, yep, I'll make sure everything's ready. And then I'm like, I'm fucking sleeping. Like, what did I do?
But it was worth the wait. And like as Juan was talking about like your talent and all this stuff, I want to highlight that for a little bit. If we're gonna take a little break and we're gonna highlight my little personal favorite here, mi todo.
Tu silencio me habla, tus ojos me tocan, tu inteligencia besa mi neurona, mi amiga, mi amante, medicina y droga. Tú eres mi todo, mi cielo, mi infierno, mi noche, mi día, sudor de mis ojos, igual mi sonrisa. Contigo no hay falta de amor o acaricia. Tú eres mi todo, baby, tú eres hecha pa' mí, igual yo soy hecho pa' ti. Chepirito chapulín, mi frutita con tajín, un taquito con salsita. Salimos un buen tequila, sarita con Valentina. Tu presencia es mi vida. Tú eres mi todo, mi corazón, mi NOYOLLO. Aviéntame esa nalguita y yo te aviento piropo. Te tomo un chingo de fotos pa' todas las noches que yo no estoy a tu lado, solo pensando en lo que quiero hacer. Hacer el amor, coger, causa reduce, te odio, estamos también. En español e inglés, mi pecado y meme, mi hambre, merienda y sed, mi destrucción y mi sed. No sé lo que haría yo sin ti, pero espero que el día que me toque irme de aquí sea primero. Tu silencio me habla, tus ojos me tocan, tu inteligencia besa mi neurona, mi amiga, mi amante, medicina y droga. Tú eres mi todo, mi cielo, mi infierno, mi noche, mi día, sudor de mis ojos, igual mi sonrisa. Contigo no hay falta de amor o acaricia. Tú eres mi todo, baby, tú eres hecha pa' mí, igual yo soy hecho pa' ti. Chepirito chapulín, mi frutita con tajín, un taquito con salsita. Salimos un buen tequila, sarita con Valentina. Tu presencia es mi vida.
Now, for your music videos, do you find talent like this, or like does it come to you?
Because Phil's willing to help.
Is this on the podcast already? Or is
Are we recording?
Oh yeah,
Are we recording?
Everything's
We're
still
back on.
recording.
Okay. Nah, I it's random people like, I mean, Kawama, Ariana, it's just randomly I message her and then.
I remember. That.
I still find that so funny.
Low key for No Quiero Saber, I wanted to have her at the end to like have like an Easter egg, like she's with another man, like blah blah. But for this one, for Mi Todo, the one that you had up, that one at a party, I met her.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
There we go.
You're like, what's up, slut? You want to be in a music video?
Oh, I don't know. He said
Not
that.
that.
More passion.
Nah,
more
she's
love.
a cool person.
Yeah.
Did you just burn that relationship for him?
Yeah,
She's gonna message him being like, "Why didn't you
What the-
fucking defend me?
She's not gonna
Right.
watch this.
I'm never working with you again."
she got like 22,000 followers on
Yeah,
TikTok.
she's not watching.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, she doesn't care.
You don't know.
This. Yeah, that's true.
She pays attention
What
to
is
my
that
shit, so if I
motherfucker
post
up
it,
to?
if I post it, this is, hey, yo, Kim.
And for future reference, if you need to go with a Kawama, Easter egg, I could play that guy.
Dude, he's looking for pretty women, bro.
No, he's saying that he's volunteering to be with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Be like the
yeah, you
Shrek
did say
in
that
the-
last time.
The Shrek in the music video.
Isn't she your cousin?
Who, Ariana?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, her
went
grandmama
to
is sisters with my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, Monica and Ariana. Yeah.
Could you scroll down, please? Okay, not too far. Okay. When we recorded last March of 2022, I just want to point something out. VYV podcast 25. Not on video, but it is recorded. This was a picture of you at the time, right?
Okay. Yeah.
In 2022. And if you scroll down, that's a picture of Bad Bunny in 2022. So I'm not going to say that you influenced the style,
Yeah.
but if we look at the image of now, I mean,
Dude, chicken or the egg?
what can you
What
delete?
came first?
You can go ahead and delete that middle picture. Can you click on it at all? I'm just saying.
You think he stole it from me? That's what you're
Bro,
saying.
I mean the braids, the way they are, like, I'm just saying.
His swagger, his flow.
I mean,
his charisma.
I don't know.
He had the curly
maybe
hair.
he
Like,
did.
I mean, come on. I'm just saying.
Maybe he did.
What do we think, guys?
It's the same guy.
It's
Did the
guilty.
VYV
Yeah.
episode influence him?
I mean, now that Peso Pluma's up, maybe he trying to take from Mexicans.
That
you
is
know?
true. Dude, that's actually the next question I have. You can see it. You obviously pay homage to your Mexican roots by singing only in Spanish. You mostly talk in Spanish. Do you think that you see yourself doing something along the lines of some corridos tumbados in the future?
I would say yeah. I'm not
Dude, that
not
would be
against it.
badass, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I want to do every genre that I feel like doing. You know,
Mhm.
I don't want to be set in a box. But I mean, right now I'm trying to like, oh, this is my sound. You know, like marketing wise, like I have
Yeah.
to pick and choose because I have a lot of other music that's like trap, a little bit like different, maybe like more clubbish.
Mhm.
But I haven't put it out because of that reason. I'm like, I need to start here, slowly push out. A
Yeah,
narrative.
you don't want to do like one out of
Yeah, people
the
be like,
blue.
what?
like what? Yeah.
Establish yourself more, kind of like big movie directors. Keep making those big project movies more perfectos to get people like me like, wow, woo! And then eventually you make your little passion project and all this stuff. And like, this is what I like,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know if that was a question or just a statement. But no, this
More of a statement.
This does lead me to a good question of
I think it
Peso
was
Pluma and Bad Bunny. Just recently we saw Bad Bunny get into the WWE sphere, and like he's just big and all this stuff. Now,
Dude, this
Yeah,
guy's been the biggest Bad Bunny fan for
Since
like
his
years.
WWE appearance.
since
For
Since
years,
that-
dude.
I'm Puerto Rican now, doggy. BRP,
Puerto Rican Phil.
Puerto Rican Phil.
Dude, every
Oh,
time he
I can
wrestles,
see
he
it.
pulls out the Puerto Rican flag.
He's got the WWE belt around the corner there.
And then that just leads me to my perfect question.
He's like, let me try the frog splash on you.
Perfecta.
Music and all this stuff is, your passion and your career. But if you had the opportunity to do like a movie or like a sport or something like that, what would you like try to like reach into? It could be even theater stage, like like I'm TMI. Let me play Hamilton in this play or something.
I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of like Bad Bunny. Just put
WWE?
your hand in everything.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily WWE, but like things that I
you
like,
would do great.
like soccer, like
Oh.
stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
I've always wanted to do like a TMI jersey, like number 13 and like my logo in the front, like stuff like that. I wanted to do it for this past World Cup, but I was like, it's not yet,
Doesn't feel right.
But I would put my hand in movies and in different types of genres and obviously music videos. Like if I can put my hand in anything, because me creatively, I feel like I can put my hand in anything really. Wherever the opportunity comes, that's where I'm gonna take it.
Hell yeah. You can adapt to it no matter what. You'll put your own twist on it.
Exactly,
I like
yeah.
that.
Not putting yourself in a box.
Exactly.
I feel like the song that you had the word remate in was like almost like an homage to playing soccer. Did you do it on purpose or not? really?
No, that it had nothing.
I'm
to do.
like, I wonder if this is it. I'm gonna ask him.
Now, for the viewers like me at home, what the hell is a remate?
In soccer, it's when like the ball, you shoot the ball at the target and it gets blocked. It's like a
Okay.
rebound. So that's
Alright.
kind of what it means. And then like,
Kind of like my dating history. All right, I like this. I can relate to this.
Great analysis, Phil. That is
There we go.
actually that does fit.
1-1.
That does fit
One and
actually.
one. Goal. That's a golazo, doggy.
That is a golazo.
Talalo, getting back to LA and your time out there, how did you spend your time supporting yourself and like balancing
your art? Like, how did that struggle come about for you?
So I would say first month, I was only supposed to be there a month. I think back in my mind, I knew I wanted to be there longer.
Yeah.
So first month I didn't really work. I took a job where it was like random jobs. So
Yeah.
I think I worked like 4-5 times that month.
Yeah.
But the rest of the days it was just kind of shooting content, doing free videos for other people, just kind of networking. And you'd be surprised if you guys have a camera, they go into anywhere and you'll get in. Just if you want an in, just take a camera and you're in.
It's a pass.
It's a pass to get into a lot of places.
Everybody's a fucking whore for clout.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
basically what we're saying.
exactly.
Just make sure you get the Hilton logo in, and then go ahead.
So yeah, the first one was just kind of networking as much as I could, and then I was like, nah, I need to be here longer. And running into a few rough patches. Like the third day I was there, like one of my tires got slashed. Yeah, so different shit. Like, and not even a month had gone, and my car got towed too. So like random shit would happen, especially when my car had a lot of problems. But then after that, like just settling down, be like, okay, I need some income. So I was doing a lot of videography, and then it's like it was too much to take on.
Well, are you saying you were
just
doing
too many
videography
projects
for like jobs to work, or you're saying for yourself and for your?
It was for me to get money. So,
Okay.
So I kind of did that on the side, and then also did it for free to kind of just get my name out there a little bit more. And now it's just I have a job. I'm kind of finding a balance between work and the creative side.
Yeah.
And then also finding that balance of now having to travel between Wisconsin and LA. Yeah.
That's dope. Is there any other cities like in America that like you would also like to visit, like LA? Well, maybe not like LA, but other places that also have like that sort of scene that you kind of want to tap into?
I really want to go to Texas. Not sure which city, but I want to go to Mexico City. I want to go, maybe Miami.
I was gonna say, I feel like your ass kind of like looks like Miami, bro.
Yeah, but they actually rich out there. I ain't trying to be losing all my money. But New York. I want to go. You know, I love my Dominicans, so I gotta go.
There we go. Yeah, I didn't
New
know
York.
that, but hey, shout out to his Dominicans.
Or one in specific.
No, I got a few out there.
No, good question too, because we are bro tasters, right? And here in Wisconsin, we're pretty close to like Lake Geneva and like Chicago, so we got that Chicago influence and like deep dish pizza and pizza this and all that stuff. How's the pizza in LA? Does it live up to the Wisconsin? Do you ever,
I only had pizza one time, so I can't. I don't think I can say. I don't
Not
think I
good.
can say that. I mean, obviously I love Chicago deep dish, but I don't know. I feel like LA's not known for pizza, but I haven't really tried too many, so I can't say.
Okay.
I would say they kind of let me down on food wise. I mean,
Really?
yeah, like I was expecting more from like the street tacos and stuff like
Right.
that. But I also haven't. I really don't go out as much. Like I've only really gone out once to like have fun. The other times is like work wise, like
Work.
Gotta hustle, It's like Luis was saying, it's a competition out there. You're in a way bigger pond, and like even like the dude that's like holding the sign telling you to go invest in cash over here, he's got like 5 projects underneath him, So like this is the hustle. And with the videography, it gains experience with you too and all that stuff, and it does relate. Like the Mi Todo, right? Am I saying that right?
Mi Todo, yeah.
It's just shot so beautifully, and I'm not just saying that because of the lady. No, it's a really nice.
Shout out Kim.
Nice, really video. You incorporate like the scenic of the flowers and all that stuff, and like the vibes of the street.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
anything can happen.
No,
It's kind
thank
of
you,
an
thank you.
adventure.
Now, yeah, that was an interesting project. Obviously, like I said, the girl, I met her at an event, and then we didn't really have the places where we were gonna shoot. I just knew I wanted to shoot it by that area, but like we went up to the flower shop, be like, hey yo, can we record here? She's like, yeah, go ahead. So they let us do everything, and then we went to the hot dog stand. It's like, hey yo, can we record here? It's like, yeah. It's like, go ahead, yeah, go take over, and all the other places that we shot. So that was a cool experience, and just having like our people, La Raza, like just like support us in that way, and
Like, yeah,
stuff
go
like
ahead, do your
that.
thing.
Yeah, so
Such a difference to
That's cool.
hear. They'd be like, no.
No, they would have called
fuck you
cops.
doing?
Like, yeah, for real.
No, let's give me $100 and I'll think about
Yeah.
it.
I gave him. I bought like flowers from the flower
Yeah.
place, and I bought like a hot dog from. So I.
Oh,
I
so you gave them your business first?
Yeah,
and
I
then
gave
you
them their
asked.
business.
Yeah.
No, I gave them their business after, but.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I like that.
Actually, one of the questions I have is, since you did videography on the side and you're doing your own work for editing and whatnot, do you feel like you want to continue to do that, or maybe not necessarily for yourself, but like kind of like teach somebody else and kind of lead somebody else in doing it, or taking somebody under your arm?
I've tried to put people under my arm. It hasn't necessarily worked.
Mhm.
So I feel like I'd want somebody that's like, I love videography. I
Mhm.
love to do this.
They come like already
like,
trained.
yeah, or not necessarily that, but like that is starting off. Be like, hey yo, I have like people that are working. Like I respect that. So like even if you're not at that level yet, it's like, hey yo, come through. Like let's just shoot. Like and learn whatever. I'll show you whatever I know. And obviously if you love it, you're gonna learn along the way other things and hopefully be better than me. But yeah, the goal is to kind of let go of it. I've already,
Okay.
but right now I'm still having fun with it.
Mhm.
It's something that I enjoy too. So,
It's not getting in the way of the music yet.
not yet.
Okay.
Yo, I had one more question. Is there
What's up?
any either that be like smaller artists and also bigger artists that are like your white whales that you really want to collab with?
White whales. I never heard that.
Your
That's-
Moby Dick,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Honestly, I don't really have a specific one. I would
Even from a clout horror perspective, you know, like
because I'm down to collab with anybody,
Yeah.
and like everybody and anybody. But it's actually harder than you think to collab with people.
I bet it's not.
'cause
I mean, yeah, I bet it is.
Cause I be hitting up people all the time. They're like, yeah, we have set up times, and then they flake.
They
you know?
ghost you,
Yeah.
or some shit.
Or not necessarily ghost, but like they flake. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, I had to do something, blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, so but
you
I
recently
mean-
just did one with Brown Crew, if I'm not too mistaken, right?
I mean
A
that was
collab with
it was a while back.
Okay.
They the homies though. Like
Yeah, the
I'm
homies.
I'm not to. We got something in the works too for the future.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There we go.
But
This is
yeah,
a little Bro Tasters exclusive.
yeah.
Future.
I mean,
There
I
you
fucked
go.
up the
The
timing
future.
for this podcast. So.
Nah, it's fine. Nah, but yeah, I think from Milwaukee, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's Gego Inoni. They're like these reggaeton duo that they're from Milwaukee.
How do you say that?
Gego Inoni?
How do you spell the first one? Gego.
Gego
Okay.
and Nony. But yeah, they're popping out of Milwaukee. I would want to do something with them, local wise, and then big wise, obviously. Any big artist,
Yeah.
Peso Pluma, Bad Bunny. I'm down to collab honestly with
Becky
anybody.
G, Ed Maverick.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I can rap in English too. So if like artists want to, like English speaking artists,
Do you have any English projects?
English projects? No, right now
No?
I haven't really done anything English.
Like, do you have like that sort of like curiosity, or like, do you ever want to?
I would, but right now, like I wanted to perfect my Spanish, yeah.
first? Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I felt my Spanish songs weren't at the level they were supposed to be. So I was like, I need to just work on this and leave that to the side. And I feel like I write differently in English. Like
That's
I've said it before. Like I feel like I speak from my soul, from my heart in Spanish, and
Yeah.
then I speak from my mind when I rap in English. So it's a little bit different.
It's more romantic too in Spanish. You know, it gives like it rolls off the tongue. It's more like passionate. You know, like te doy un peso pero mucho besos. Sounds way cooler than I'll give you $1 for a lot of kisses.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
It
true.
does sound better, I agree.
and that's kind of my Spanish. You know?
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
I
it was
feel-
like from truth, message, and intellect to now TMI. Like too much of myself, too much of my heart, too much of my relationships. Like I gave you too much information. That's what it is now.
Hopefully, we get to see a lot more of you. You want to say where you're going to be in a month?
So yeah, I mean, I guess is it June already?
It is
So
June.
yeah,
it is June.
Yeah, it
so
is.
June.
yeah.
So this June, June 24th, I'm gonna be at Summerfest, performing actually right next to the homies Bronx Crew. They invited me as a guest, so I'll be there, and thank you. So I'm excited for that because
I'm excited for you.
we're
man.
opening for Santa Fe Clan.
Mhm.
You know?
Who's from Guanajuato? What's up?
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully, because we performed like earlier than him,
Mhm.
but hopefully, he's paying attention. Sees us.
Dude, he's
performing.
gonna bring you on, bro.
And be like, hey yo, come through. So
Dude, everybody
Santa Fe
has to wear
Clan.
their-
Actually, let's say it's gonna happen. Santa Fe.
It's gonna happen.
We
We'll
gonna
push this
collab.
out, social
Santa
media.
Fe Clan is gonna
It's gonna
collab
happen.
with me.
Santa Fe Clan is always working with smaller artists in Guanajuato, bro. So like, work with a
Yeah.
small one over here, homie.
From Wisconsin.
From a small town in southeastern Wisconsin, it doesn't get better than that.
I think that's a great way to end the show. TMI, thank you so much again for coming
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
having me.
Appreciate it so much. Keep
Thank
out
you, homie.
Thank you for
for
having me.
keep on the lookout for buy your tickets as soon as they go on sale for June 24th.
Ooh,
Check out the new album.
What's the best way for people that want to get merch? Is there like a website or hit up your
Great
Instagram
point,
or anything
Philip.
like that?
Yeah, right now you can just hit me up at 13 TMI. I only have like 25 of each merch. What you say? Shirts
Like
and
items?
hoodies, yeah, items.
Like in stock.
What platform should they use to type that in? Like Instagram?
Instagram
You can do
and
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. It's
Everywhere,
13
you're
TMI.
everywhere.
So
Okay.
so yeah.
Sick.
Future wise, is this gonna be like because like those look pretty fresh.
Yo, those dudes.
So yeah,
I gotta
these
get a
are
couple of pairs.
limited edition, you know.
Oh,
Let's,
even more rare. I like that.
Exactly.
That'll be like Charizard.
Yeah.
That's a collectible.
Who's got the OG TMI hat? No, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Everybody, thank you. Holly, thank you for participation. Phil, thank you for the energy. Juan, thank you for the cocktail.
Thank you, Holly.
And thank you all for watching and listening. We'll see you all next week.
Cuando te tengo a mi lado, yo no respiro. Nunca te dejaré olvidarlo. Yo te repito, cada mañana que tú eres la más hermosa. Mi mami chula, mi vida, para mí no hay otra. Y cuando no estoy, dale play a esta rola, pa' que sepa que tú eres perfecta, perfecta. De pie a caderas a cabeza, tú eres perfecta, perfecta. Nadie compara